Cosmic blessings, everyone. This is Jeremy. In this video, wanted to talk about this amazing experience I had yesterday. Yesterday was Easter, and we after church, we came. All the family came to my place, and just for lunch before we're gonna head to my cousin's reception for her communion. I remember I got my communion, and that was, I want to say, like over 10 years ago. Okay, so anyways, I noticed one of my relatives felt like really low, and he wanted to have a healing session with me. I'm like, sure, why not? I because I sort of ate heavy, and I'm like, uh-oh, but I didn't eat a lot. I sort of like just know my limits because I do like to stuff my mouth with food and all that, and I don't want that to sound selfish. So we came to my room. I brought out my yoga mat because I don't have like a, cushions to lay on or a legit Reiki massage table. So I just used my yoga mat and just took one of my fluffiest pillows and stole them to lay down. To be honest, I didn't know what to expect. I was thinking, like, Jeremy, I should experiment more than just, placing hands and doing the pendulum and playing relaxing music and, just place hands and follow, the healing structure of what to do. So what I did is I actually went with my intuition, just follow my inner guidance of what can I do to really benefit all aspects of the body, mind, and spirit within him. So I brought out many healing tools. Of course, I work with crystals, but I didn't want to use the seven chakras. Instead, I just used like things that, like the crystals in Reiki that I feel that are really powerful and important. And it was clear quartz, and I used that for the crown chakra. I used the clear quartz cluster, and actually, I'm gonna bring the crystals out of what I used. No, it wasn't clear quartz. I It was apophyllite. I put this on the crown chakra, and wow, that's cool. Like there's a hue of blue in there, and it's not a white crystal. Um, and I used an amethyst. Where did I put that amethyst? Oh, this amethyst on the third eye, and yeah, if you could see, it's like a triangle shape, and this just has a really violet color. And I used a clear quartz crystal over the heart chakra. And then instead of like placing the rest of the three stones, I just use a clear quartz and point it downward so the energy could flow down. So I just worked with that, and I played on the Daikomyo music. This Reiki is a Reiki song for relaxation on YouTube, and you could check that out. And I use that during the just to do the hands-on healing Reiki in general. And then I brought out other tools to use, other vibrational healing tools that I find that are really effective. I used my amethyst mist, which is like right there, and I used tools like my rattle, and I was like, okay, I never had any training like in shamanic healing because shamans they use rattles and drums, and I never went through any like formal training for that. Instead, I just like, okay, Jeremy, I have these tools. I'm gonna put it to work. Just let spirit flow through me and let spirit do the healing because I'm just a vessel. I'm just a conduit for this energy to flow through. And my higher self is pretty much giving me all these inspirations of how I could raise their vibrations. And I use tinctures to really begin the session. I did it over the crown chakra, and I also been watching like healing session videos and getting like ideas of other healers, and I did this over the crown chakra like this, and I move it downward below to the throat chakra. and I went back to the crown and I did all over the body, and I did the rattle um, all over the body to really break off the negative energy. To It's kind of like getting rid of the molds that are on the wall and breaking it off and let the earth absorb it and transmute it. And after that, I did some Reiki drumming, and again, I never had any training, but I got an idea of how to do Reiki drumming because it just sounds too general. That I just drew the symbols over the drum and infused the drum with Reiki energy, and then start playing the drum in a beat. And you don't have to be a professional musician, a professional drummer to play the drum because the beat is gonna it's gonna have its own song to heal the individual. And I'm gonna close the window because the train is coming. And then I also thought of using the breath because I noticed using the breath during healing work is another modality, but not only it was just like channeling like a healing breath to his energy body. I actually channeled or transmuted my breath into the violet flame. I didn't really know much about the violet flame, to be honest, until I kind of like researched it more, and it was found it was channeled or it was it was given to the people of Earth through Saint Germain. I don't really know much about him, but you probably heard his name a lot, especially in the video "Shit New Age Girl Says" when she flips up the card and then she's like, "Oh, it's Saint Germain," and all that. So I blew the violet flame into the third eye. Some people channel the violet flame through their hands, but when I think of fire, I think of what fuels fire, and it's oxygen or the breath, and I also think of dragons and all that. So I closed my eyes, drew a breath in, and hold that air, and then just visualize that air turning to a purple fire, and then I blew into his third eye chakra, and he began to see beautiful, a lot of purple colors, and he began to cry, and then I never had someone cry during a healing session, but that does happen during healing sessions because when you're healing the individual, you not only you're just healing the spiritual body, but also the emotional body, because sometimes they may hold some things that within them that they didn't want to release or and they didn't want to let go. So um, holding that emotions in is not good, but the healing work allows the individual to activate, their healing body, and whatever is not of love will be released. And when they release that, they're open to receiving healing, and it's really good because it's not it's not healthy to keep emotions hidden inside. I know that for through my experience when I used to hold my anger inside, and then when I finally released it, I sort of destroy everything, and then I fix it. And some of my relatives like know about when I used to have, I don't want to say anger issues, but it's when I used to hold my emotions inside, and now I know how to keep my emotions in check and release what no longer serves my highest good, or else I'm gonna turn to a volcano. So what time am I on? Okay, I'm on 9 minutes. Um, I never again received like formal training, and then you don't really have to receive formal training, but some people feel comfortable to receive formal training because they want to work on one-on-one with the master, and that's completely fine. But what I did, I just sort of experimented, just like, okay, Jeremy, just go with the flow and um, let source energy flow through you, and express its creativity through healing work. And it helped me build more confidence of using other modalities other than the modalities that I'm already comfortable with. And then when he began to cry, he's like, at first he was like, question, and he said question, and I'm like, what's your question? And then he said, is it normal to cry? I'm like, oh, of course, it's normal to cry and all that. but he felt really relaxed and really good after the session, and I think my guides, the Universal Life Force Energy of Reiki, and my higher self, and the universe goddess, for performing this sacred art of healing, um, and it was just amazing. So when I was doing the Reiki drumming, I was playing it's Native American music you could find on YouTube called Northern Lights, and it's one of my favorites. When I'm looking for like good Native American music, I play that song because it's really relaxing and it's like 9 minutes long. Oh yeah, and the last part, when I was sealing up the aura, which you would really want to do after you perform a healing session, like balance the chakras and remove no longer serve the highest good. And what I did, I was like, okay, what can I do? What creative stuff that I could do instead of what I was taught in with the master. And I thought about one of my favorite television shows was is Legend of Korra, and I remember in season 2 how the dark spirits were out of control, and what happens to a spirit that turns dark is that I find, well, from my perspective, is that their vibration becomes really low and they turn negative. And then once their vibration is high, they become good positive spirits and all that. And what I did, well, in the show, what they did is that they used water. Well, because hello to waterbenders, and I know it sounds pretty childish, but like, hey, it worked for me. What they did with the water is that they would surround the spirit with water. They're combining like water bending and healing, and they transmute that water into healing energy, and it turns to like this golden color. So what I did with the universal life force energy is that I started like from the Earth Star chakra, and I begin to visualize like a golden thread of ribbon of light, just like spiraling up, and visualizing their feet glowing gold and all the way to the top. And gold is one of those. It's like one of the most powerfulest. I don't want to say powerfulest. I don't even know. It's not even a word, but it's a really high vibrational color, and it's kind of like an armor against negative entities, negative energy that cannot, so it cannot penetrate the energy bodies. It acts as a shield. It acts as an armor. It's like pretty much Archangel Michael wearing his armor, so no demon could harm him. So I'm like, wow, I was like really feeling the energy spiraling up, and then seeing his body turn to gold. And then during the end of the session, when I thanked my guides, during the closing, he asked me another question, and then he said, and I was like, okay, what was your question? And then he said, I'm seeing, I saw yellow light, and then I thought, like, I asked him, was it during the end? And then he said, yeah, it was during the end, and I told him what I did, and he sort of laughed, but it really worked, and he really felt, recharge. Like all the old energy just like left, and then he's just this like pure being again, and ready to take on the world. So that was my experience, and my advice is, do not feel that you have to put down not put down your options, but do not lower your options down. Do not limit, yeah, that's the word, do not limit yourself with other resources or other tools or techniques. All of them just works, and if you allow the universe to inspire you, or you allow universal life force energy to flow through you, it manifests in so many creative ways um, through many healing works, whether you're using drums, rattles, tinctures, crystals, like the violet flame and all that, and they're really effective. So thank you guys for watching, and until next time, namaste. Bye.